So we have Louis Solins and Tommy Snyder running for place 3. And Lisa Pardo and Mike McCoy running for place 4. Welcome you all. Thank you for being here today. So the rules are still the same. 30 seconds for an opening statement each. Then we'll do a bunch of questions and answers. Some of them will be for a minute. Most of them will be for 30 seconds. And then I may or may not have some rapid fire questions at the end. And then a closing statement for a minute. So let's just go ahead and get started with Louis. 30-second opening statements.
I can do it. I'm Louis Solins, was born in God's country, College Station, Texas, and raised in Irving, Texas. I graduated from A&M in '97. My wife Julie and I, of 19 years, here on the front row, have two daughters, and we lived in Grapevine for 6 years, and we've lived in Colleyville for 12 years. One daughter is a third grader at Heritage Elementary School, and one daughter is in 6th grade at Colleyville Middle School. I have served this community in any capacity. As a conservative, I have a deep conviction to help provide an educational system for all students to develop the social, emotional, and educational tools they need to be global citizens.
Thank you, Louis. Tommy?
Good evening, I'm Tommy Snyder. I am a U.S. Army veteran, citizen of Colleyville. We've been in the district for 14 years, married to my wife Reagan, and we have 2 children. My daughter graduated from Grapevine High School, and my son is at Colleyville Middle School. So I'm running because I think there's going to be a lot of assets that could be available to the teachers and to the students, and I want to make sure that they have that to their availability.
Thank you very much. Lisa?
I am Lisa Pardo. It's wonderful to be here. I was born in God's country. That's Texas. Sorry, Louis. I told you that this morning. I have lived in Colleyville for 29 years. It's a wonderful place to live. I've watched it grow. I've had 2 children that graduated from Colleyville Heritage High School. They have gone on. One's out at Austin College, and one now is waiting for his master's degree at Penn State. I love this district. I appreciated being able to represent you for the time, and education is just the key to life.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Okay, first of all, I like it out there a whole lot more than bear with me. I've got 3 kids, 2 of them, both of them special needs. One mentally special needs, the other one's a physical special needs. I've also got one child right now that's a sophomore in high school. I've got some unique insights and challenges that I've gone through that helps me to be prepared for this position, I believe. My wife, I've been married for 25 years, same lady. Educator, she's also an educator at the local college for about 10 years, so we've got some experience there. In my business, I'm a real estate agent, and I'm also a contractor and small business owner, if there's no way out. So, all right. Sorry.
Thank you both. All right, so we'll go to our question and answers again. Audience, if you have any questions for the school board candidates, please write them down on index cards and pass them on to Natalie. So let's begin. The first question, Angela, is going to be for 1 minute each. So the question, and let's start with Mike. The question is this: school expenses are the largest portion of property taxes that the citizens pay. So what do you think can be done to decrease the expenses and increase the academic performance? I know it's a long question. Why don't you focus on decreasing the expenses part?
Yeah, that is a 2-part question. As for decreasing expenses, just like any budget, you line it out, you prioritize, decide which one's the most important, and focus on those. As the second part of the question would be, you make adjustments as needed. And the second part would be the academic performance. First, I think we need a good standard. I don't know if we have a really good standard to judge and to really evaluate our kids. And I would love to see something that's a little bit more uniform. Right now, I believe that they're using the STARS test, which has 5 different types of adjustments or categories. And I'd like to see that a little bit more straightforward, like an ACT or an SAT. I believe that if you give kids the tools, you make them perform, and you evaluate the performance. After that, you go and make adjustments as needed, and that's about it. Repetition is the key to success. Repetition is the key to success, sorry.
Lisa?
So it's what can be done to decrease expenses and increase academic performance. Okay. I look at it as the district is always looking at ways to improve, looking for programs that will enhance student performance for all students. Within the last year, our district had 26 national merit semifinalists, 42.5% of our high school students chose to take an AP exam. In 2011, we had a little over 1,474 AP exams taken. In this last year, we had 5,000. 89% of our students in 6th through 12th grade are enrolled in advanced courses. We are working to increase that number. We have over 1,200 students in dual, and that is an increase from 241 students that were enrolled in 2014. We are offering more to our students to increase academic performance at the same time sending more money to Austin.
So I'm a Wall Street investment banker. So I took the 2018 budget and spread it with the 2018 year end and spread it with the 2019 budget. So for the new numbers that are coming in for the 2019 budget, they've increased the budget by $56,791,541. The important thing to understand is only 22% of that increase has gone to the schools. So I think that it's a simple math equation, and I also think it's very important that we go line by line through the departments, not the stuff that's in the schools, not the stuff that the teachers are using. It's actually the departments under that, which is everything below here, so we can actually get an idea of what we're spending money on, because I think all that money needs to go back into the classroom. And since I have 17 extra minutes, I love GCISD, and I'm doing this because I have kids in the district, I love the district, and I want to make sure our teachers get paid more. I think it's important.
Lisa took a lot of my thunder. So I agree with everything that she said. And one of the things you've heard her talk with my opponent and her opponent talked about testing. As a priority of our district is to lower the reliance on the STAR test. But it's mandated by the state as a monitor of academic achievement, which costs millions of dollars for us to administer. In turn, let us have more local control to meet our students where they have to give them the skill to be productive in the path that they choose after graduation. And unlike city funding, where it's driven by revenue, a lot of us is driven by funding from the state. And so a lot of that money that my opponent is talking about and returns to is in Robin Hood effect, is that we have to give to the state so that all students in the state of Texas can be educated.
Oh, thank you. Next, we are going back to 30. The rest of the questions will be 30-second responses only. So let's stick with academic performance, and let's start with Louis. So, how does GCISD currently measure academic performance, and what would we change about it? Let's get into some specifics.
Academic performance can be measured in several different ways. It can be measured through test scores, it can be measured through graduation rates, it can be measured through extracurricular activities, which, by the way, we have a 98% participation rate in extracurricular activities, which is directly correlated by research to graduation rate, which we have that graduation rate as well. It can be through science, math, reading and writing progress, measured on different levels. We are measuring it well and are constantly finding new ways to improve on. We want our students to be global citizens that are socially, emotional, and educationally prepared for the path they choose after graduation, which could be college, military police academy, certification in nursing or EMT, or automotive and welding.
Thank you. Tommy?
So SAT, ACT, and STAR testing, I actually believe we need to get a committee together. And that committee would actually ask the educators how we can increase academic performance. I think we should measure it publicly and transparently. And one of the things that I don't understand is how 1% of the students are actually, that are national merit students, are getting SAT prep done for them, and there's, another 99% of the students that don't get the same availability to this prep. So I would like you guys to consider that.
Lisa?
We actually have an ACT prep class that is offered at both of the high schools and an AP advanced academics group that also makes sure everyone is included in getting that proper testing. We test our kids multiple ways, and we use multiple tools. But to me, I think students should be measured as individuals with their own strengths and weaknesses and should not be compared to their neighbor. I think our students are more than just a test score. We've got to look at the student as a whole, what they are involved.
You ran out of time. You took up your time responding to the other candidates' responses. So let's go to Mike.
There's a clear one.
No, okay, is that what you're doing? Okay.
Well, I answered this question last time, so kind of bear with me here. I think the STARS testing way of measurement is kind of a joke. I believe it has 5 different categories to it, and if you speak a different language, or if you have special needs, or whatever the case may be, it's all over the place. There needs to be a standardized test. We can't be everything to everybody at all times. I mean, we've got to be able to measure what's going on and make adjustments as needed.
Thank you very much. Hang on to the microphone, Mike. Let's start with you for the next question. Yeah, next question is, let's talk about teachers' pay. Do you think GCISD teachers' pay is adequate, and if not, what should we do?
Okay, I've been looking at the numbers just briefly. I work 2 jobs, so it's been a little bit difficult to try to keep up and look at all the figures, facts and figures. And pay is paramount. I mean, people want to get paid what they believe they're worth. So I believe that in order to have the very best school district, we need to be paying our teachers accordingly. We need to keep them here. We need the top performing teachers right here in Colleyville ISD, Colleyville Grapevine ISD. So I think most of all, pay is everything when it comes to teaching.
Lisa. Can you see the
It's not ready.
It's not running yet.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I was waiting on you. I'm so sorry. I agree, teachers are everything. I think we love our teachers in GCISD. We have excellent teachers here in GCISD. The district is we cannot compare GCISD with our surrounding districts. Each district has different dynamics. Districts around us show higher salaries, but they also include stipends in that salaries when they post them. We do not. Our salaries are separate from our stipends. We were able to give our teachers a 2.5% increase this past year. This is shown, and they love the district, and this is shown by us receiving the top 100 places to work that the teachers did a survey and received that award.
Thank you, Lisa. Tommy?
So the top 100 survey doesn't indicate anything from the teachers that I spoke to. In fact, a lot of teachers have left and gone to Northwest ISD to teach because they don't feel like they're getting enough pay. And for all the teachers that I did have a conversation with, they need more pay. The people that work for me come in every day, they're happy, they do a good job, they enjoy their time. The kids that are students of ours, they deserve that. The teachers need to come in, have a great day, enjoy the students, and feel good and be compensated for what they do.
Yes, we need to pay our teachers more. The majority of our budget is being spent on payroll within our school district. Being fiscally conservative, we have passed a deficit budget the last 6 years. And 4 of those 6 years, we ended with a positive, actual budget, positive. And in those 6 years, out of 5 of those 6 years, we gave a 2% or more raise with equity adjustment to all of our teachers and all employees. In regards to the survey that he was talking about, we had a 91% approval rating by our teachers survey that are happy in our district.
Thank you very much. Keep the microphone ready. We'll start with you for the next question. So the GCISD property taxes have increased 40% in the past 5 years, and another 8.5% increase is currently being proposed. So what can we do to provide relief to our taxpayers, especially considering the fact that property valuations keep rising?
I'm absolutely for lowering taxes. If House Bill 3 goes through, that is real dollars from the state that will actually lower your tax bill in real dollars that in turn will give you true tax relief. Since I've been on the board, I have made several trips to Austin to meet with Senator Rep. Gio, Senator Beverly Powell, and Senator Jane Nelson, who's head of the Finance Committee. And I encourage all of y'all to go down there and do that as well, because it's going to take all of us to call them, email, and go down and visit them. And I've made multiple trips down to the Capitol to visit with them as well.
So I just wrote this chart up. 40% tax increase. Test scores were flat. SAT, ACT, STAR testing is flat. Enrollment's flat. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a real thing. It's just a chart. It just shows us we're paying more and nothing's being accomplished.
Keep saying it's 40% over the last 5 years. It's actually over the last 6 years. And that equates to $1,520.27, which out of that, only $274.13 is due to the bond. We look long-term to what we can do to best serve our taxpayers. Lowering taxes by 2 cents, that would save homeowners $70 a year. You do more than that in Starbucks. The same 2 cents towards our debt services, the taxpayer would save the taxpayers $1.3 million.
I don't know about you guys, but I work hard for a living, and any kind of adjustment in our tax basis is going to be a help to me. So I strongly encourage that the school board do everything that they can to try to lower our school property taxes, because quite honestly, for a $300,000 house, $4,200 a year is a lot of money, and it just keeps going up and up and up.
Mike, keep the microphone. This is a question from the audience. Again, I'm just going to read it verbatim. Social emotional learning is all the rage. How can a GCISD trustee keep focus on learning to read, write, and learn documented history, help solve math efficiently and correctly, and learn to prove scientific principles?
Would you like me to?
Yes, so it seems to be, the question from the audience seems to be that social emotional learning seems to be all the rage. How do you keep focus on reading, writing, math, science, and history?
By doing it. I mean, we need to be staying, we need to establish foundations. The foundation is math, history, reading. Right now, with the amount of technology that's being used, I can't study with my kids anymore. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, they bring home a book, they go through it, I'd be able to talk to them, discuss it with them. Today, because the amount of technology is being used in the classrooms, I have no idea how I can help them.
Social and emotional needs are so extremely important. I mean, our kids today are stressed higher than any of us in this room ever had when we were in school. The key to that are counselors. And we need more counselors in our schools. And the new tax bill that was just, I believe it was Senate Bill 3 that said that they want $5,000 tax teacher pay, does not include counselors. We need more counselors. We need that can actually visit with our teachers, and visit with our students. It's the only way we're going to get a handle on this.
So actually, in 2019, counseling went up to 5.1, which actually is a $1.8 million increase over last year. So you guys have put that in the budget. So I think that I love Lead 2021. I like the fact that the kids have computers. I like the fact they have tablets. I do not like self-learning. I think the teachers need to be in the classroom. My 11-year-old is not good at self-learning. I can tell you that from every day that I spend with him. So I think the answer is we just go right back to the teachers, right back to the kids. Schoolrooms.
Go for it.
We just redid our strategic plan, Lead 2021. Lead, excellence, action driven. And we had over 80 kids that participated in that with us from 3rd grade to 12th grade. And they told us, we asked them what they needed. And they said they need social and emotional. They had the academic piece. My kid was on the couch reading a book last night. I walk around in the classrooms. There is still pens, papers, and books in the classroom and in our libraries as well.
Thank you very much. This next question. Let's start with you, Louise. So, the bond initiative. This question is very specific. On future bond initiatives, should the total district debt position be published on the ballot?
Should say that again.
On future bond initiatives, should the total district debt position be published on the ballot? So the voters are aware of what is the total debt and the how much more increase are we asking for in it that we want.
So in regards to the ballot, we follow state law with what is allowed to be published on the ballot. We need larger voter turnout. I agree with that. Last year, our board signed a resolution creating a culture of voting to honor our civic duty as citizens to participate in their right to vote. Our district, GCISD, was actually sued and reported to the Attorney General of the state of Texas. The Attorney General made a ruling and found that GCISD adhered to the laws of the state of Texas and found no wrongdoing. It was also mentioned in his ruling that this should be adopted by other school districts.
Okay, I love that, but I'll tell you, if another bond initiative, which is a debt initiative, it's not free money, by the way, let's all remember. If that gets put on a ballot, I will physically tell you what the dollar amount is, because I don't agree with what we're doing right now. So, I'll give you my cell phone number, call me.
As far as placing the amount of debt on the ballot, I have no problem with that. Be transparent. Let the community know what they're voting for. But you also need to put how much has been paid down on that debt, what our interest rate is, and how much money we save the community by prepaying on our debt services.
The more of the information that you folks have, the more of an intelligent decision you're going to make towards a certain vote. So whatever type of disclosure it takes that you guys know exactly what you're voting for, then that's what I'm in favor of.
All right, let's do one more question. Actually, let's go into a rapid fire. Let's do rapid fire. We have some questions on my sheet that I think we can do with rapid fire. They seem to be a little more fun, aren't they? Well, at least for us and for the audience. It's certainly not fun for the candidates.
I would like the yes or a no with a quick speed.
Because it's fun? Because it engages voters? All right. So we just start here with Louis for the first question, and then the second question with Tommy, third with Lisa, fourth with Mike, and just
Yes or no?
Yes, no, or one word. Here we go. Question number one: Should taxpayer money be used to hire lobbyists?
No.
No?
Depends. Yes, no, depends, maybe.
We got the answer, I think.
Absolutely not. No.
All right, Tommy will start next. All right. Do you think that any tax increase higher than 2.5% should require a taxpayer approval with a special ballot?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next is Lisa. Should the bond elections move to November uniform election date?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
So, all the fun aside, the rapid fire questions sometimes let you see the differentiation easier between the candidates. All right, next rapid fire question. This time we start with Mike. Should the teachers be armed?
Yes. Is that a yes, no still, or are we discussing 30 seconds?
Still on yes or no?
Absolutely.
Louis?
No.
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 Next question, back to you, Louis. Do you support metal detectors at schools? It's a yes or no question. So in view of school, the shooting incident at school, there's been a lot of movement.
Situational.
Yes.
Situation.
Without a doubt, yes.
All right, next rapid fire question starting with Tommy. Do you support separating Grapevine and Colleyville into their own independent school districts?
No.
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 And this is the last rapid fire question. If you had to choose, which mascot would you choose, Mustang or a Panther?
Panther pride never dies.
There you go.
Panther pride never dies. Panther.
Or a muspurthan?
Come on, Mike.
Combined.
Mustang.
All right, very good. That ends our rapid fire part of the question and answer. Now we go into our closing statements, and we'll start at the other end with Mike. And this time you get 1 minute to make your closing statement. So Mike McCoy.
I've got a Bachelor of Business Administration from Stephen at Boston. Go Jacks. Appreciate that. Anyway, I've been a dedicated servant for Colleyville and the local communities for about 45 years here. I've been actively a baseball coach here for the city and working hand in hand with the city officials as well as the young and the associations. I know what it takes to serve the people, and that's all I'm here to do here. I'm here to act as a trustee, not as somebody that's just going to rubber stamp everything that comes across the desk. I'm here to be your representative between the school and with the children. That I'm here just for you folks. I know what special needs are. I know what it takes and how much difficulty it can be to deal with the special needs. I'm a real estate, so I know how to negotiate contracts, and I'm also a builder, so I know how to handle facilities, repairs, understand how buildings work, and etc. Thank you.
As I said, I've been on the boards. I've been on the board since 2004, and I'm very proud of what this district has accomplished and how we've grown. My goal is to make sure that every child that walks across that stage and receives their diploma receives an excellent education, that they are prepared to walk out into this workforce, into this world, either prepared for college, the workforce, armed forces, or a trade school. Whatever path life takes them. It's not college for everyone, but we need to make sure they're prepared for it. I'm extremely conservative. My tax dollars are spent just like your tax dollars. I'm extremely watch over that budget like if it was money in my own home. I do not have debt at home, and it's very difficult, but my home is not run like a school district. I'm not having to pay $56 million in New Robin Hood.
So like I told you, I am a Wall Street investment banker, and I do administrate bond funds, and I know all about debt, and I hate the fact that we're $700 million in debt. I don't think that the current budget's correct, and I want to drill down to the different departments below school, teacher, kids, education, and try to find how we can put those dollars back up to the teachers and kids. I have been living here for 14 years. Like I told you, I have 2 kids that have gone through the district. I love this place. I'm not going anywhere. And I want to make sure that our kids have the ability to come in, buy a house in the district, they can afford it, they'll be able to afford the taxes, and they can raise my grandkids in the district so I can enjoy watching them grow up and have an education here.
I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. In closing, I've served several leadership roles. After graduating at AM, I started as a commodity trader and director of logistics at Archer Daniels Midland, a $97 billion corporation. I understand budget. I understand fiscal responsibility. I'm one of 5 that opened the Merrill Lynch office in Southlake in 2005, and we managed $2.5 billion of individuals' money. I served on the Grapevine Chamber for 6 years, and during that time, I was a chamber president, chamber chairman. In 2010, I graduated Leadership Colleyville in 2007 and have been a member since then. I earned the Texas School Board Master Trustee designation this past year. And also with my fellow school board members, we are School Board of the Year in the state of Texas out of 1,300 school districts. I'm a member of Compass Christian Church, where I currently serve as a small group leader in our adult class and a small group leader in the junior high youth group as well. I am Louis Sullins. I'm your current school board member for Place 3, and I'm seeking your vote for re-election.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, your candidate for GCISD. Thank you for coming here today.